Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at the Knicks. This hasn't been the kind of year they envisioned. Time running out. And, of course, the Heat, they're looking to turn it around down at the bottom of the conference now.
And, you know, for the Heat, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
It just feels like they're sputtering right now. Every time you think they've turned the corner, they really haven't.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Elfrid Payton is out there with Barrett. And it's Robinson in at the center position. And for the Heat, they've got Adebayo. He's out there with Jimmy Butler. Hero out there with Myers Leonard. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. Adebayo passes to Nunn. Couple teams now, Doris, slumping here in the middle of the season. How can they avoid lengthy cold streaks, the absence of wind?
Yeah, I think this is where veteran leadership can become such an integral part of the success over the course of a long season. This is the point when you start to lose games, you can sort of break apart and splinter, and that is where that veteran leadership in the locker room, just to keep everybody unified, can be so critical.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I talked with Coach David Fizdale. He talked about the versatility of Jimmy Butler's offensive arsenal. Whether it's long range, posting up, dribble drives, Butler finds a way to get buckets and impact the game. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Robinson dishes to Payton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
Greg, Elfrid Payton's continued to improve his game, and so far, so good.
Yeah, a marked improvement in long-range percentage. Good size and defensive potential as well. He's knocking down shots. We might have something in Elfrid Payton.
Shooting two.
That's good from Payton. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future.
Now, here's Adebayo. 9-point game his last outing. Shot clock at 5. Hero, the offensive rebound. And Adebayo throws it down.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
And here we go. It's Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, that's quick hands and a quick mind by Jimmy Butler. Creates the turnover, gets right out in transition.
Here's Barrett. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
Robinson misses. Doris with the youth. The Knicks added Dennis Smith to that bunch as well.
No doubt, Kevin. This was a player they had their eyes on. So when you couple Dennis Smith Jr. with some of the young assets they've collected over the last couple of years, there's a ton of young talent coming up in New York right now.
For New York, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Barrett. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And it's Butler missing.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Barrett the pass to Payton. Shot from 12. Rebound by the Heat. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
And in their season series against this squad last year, very lopsided in their favor.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Here's Payton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Pass to Knox. Robinson kicks to Payton, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now here's Randall. 9 points last game out. Adebayo passes to Butler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Julius Randle picks one up.
Boy, I love to watch Jimmy Butler work in the post. High activity level. Hard not to foul that guy.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season, gets out in the country, and puts in that work.
And the first one drops. And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
And he makes both free throws. And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
Now, here's Barrett. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Butler goes in. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Wow. Knicks trail by 8. And here's Barrett. The quick look.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And Adebayo throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And the Knicks with possession here after the Heat pick up 2. Payton left side. Trying to get open is Robinson. It's stolen by Barrett. Robinson. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
There's the pass to Hero. Passes to Nunn. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, you knew the Knicks were going to try and make a huge splash over the summer in free agency.
But you know this, Greg. Sometimes you swing hard at the pitch and you miss. And that's one of the problems of putting all your eggs in the free agency basket.
Two.
And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Pass to Knox. Right side Robinson shoots the three. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Smith.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Outside Butler. Here's Hero. He's definitely not pleased how he played against Philadelphia. The Heat have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
No good on that one. Harkless is checked in for Kevin Knox. And the second free throw, good. Knicks trail by 11. To the right side. Here's Randall. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Here's Nunn. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Butler finds Adebayo. Left side, Leonard. It's good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
The Knicks shooting pretty grave so far, about 23%. Outside, Robinson. Payton outside. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Here's Nunn. Pass to Hero. Over Barrett. And it comes off the front of the rim. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Atlanta Hawks. The pass to Payton. Kicks to Harkless. Passes it to Robinson. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession.
And checking out the stats for Barrett. Really been a key contributor over the past month. Putting up about 18 points per, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
And you know what, call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring. Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Portis, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Gibson comes in for Julius Randle. Dotson's checked in for Barrett. And it's Dennis Smith in for Payton. Now, here is Smith. He's coming off a 16-point game against Atlanta. Puts it up from 12. Rebound by Olynyk. The Heat leading by 11. Here's Iguodala, and the slam dunk by Iguodala.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Here's Smith. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Gibson, and it's blocked.
Okay, Kelly Olynyk getting up high for that rejection. At 7 feet, that length comes in handy.
And he goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk. Just 5 on the clock. Smith dishes to Gibson.
Really having a difficult time getting anything to fall.
A drive by Iguodala. No good that time. Knicks trail by 13. Here's Dotson. It's off his foot, and it's whistled a kick. Smith on the wing. He's guarded by Dragic. Smith kicks to Portis. 4 on the clock. New York, no good that time either.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Count it, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Down by 15. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Pass to Smith. Clock at 6. Shoots over Dragic. It's hauled in by Andre Iguodala.
And already, they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt. They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's Smith after the Heat pick up 2 to end the cold streak. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Crowder. For the Heat, their last game, a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. Dragic. Adebayo passes to Olynyk. Over Harkless. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Knicks trail by 17, and pushing it up. Here's New York. To the left wing. Smith outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
Well, make no mistake, Dennis Smith Jr. is not afraid of a little contact.
And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Well, we know this, guys. Last season, a little bit up and down for Dennis Smith Jr. Not sure he wanted out of Dallas, but certainly dealt to the New York Knicks. But now they think this guy is a cornerstone for their franchise.
Robinson's checked in for Miami. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And with Smith, he had lost the ball handling duties in Dallas to Doncic. And you know what, Doris? It made sense probably for him to move on.
Yeah, this is one of those trades, I think, that will benefit everyone involved. Dennis Smith Jr. is a better player with the basketball in his hands. And once he left, he got his confidence back and started to create great opportunities for the Knicks.
Here's Here's Dotson. No points in the game yet for him. 1:30 left in the first. To the wing right side. Gibson passes to Dotson. Smith kicks to Harkless. No good with the triple.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And the shot's good from Crowder.
I'll tell you this, Jay Crowder is one tough cookie. This guy won't be deterred by the defense.
And 1:01 left in the first quarter of the game. Iguodala with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Iguodala's running up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Knicks trail by 21. Outside Portis. He kicks it to Smith. The floater, and it's good on the way in.
Boy, perfecting the floater would make Dennis Smith Jr. unguardable. How about that pretty jumper?
Pass to Olynyk. Harkless with the steal. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. First trip to the line for him here. That's good from Harkless. Harkless hits them both. 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Dragic against Smith. Left side Crowder. Over Gibson. Off the left rim and out. Dragic against Smith. Here's Dotson. And the rejection by Iguodala.
Boy, the suffocating defense of Andre Iguodala is so important to his team. Really good job timing the shot there.
Now here's Dragic from deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Miami Heat out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she breaks herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Heat to be in. What do you guys think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchup defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And New York, looking at who they've got. Taj Gibson is out there with Portis. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then it's Smith. And it's Dotson in at the 2 spot. The first free throw is good.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Kevin Knox is checked in for the Knicks. That one is no good. Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points. It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Robinson for three. It's rebounded by Portis, and it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for New York. It's an 18-point game. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought, Greg, they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
Now, here's Portis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Here's Dotson. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Good.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Smith against Dragic. Now the pass to Olynyk. Shoots over Portis. Olynyk can't hit.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
And Miami making a change here. Butler's checked in. Barrett's checked in for New York. Elfrid Payton comes in for Dennis Smith. Here's Knox. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Gibson passes to Portis. The shot's good.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Payton against Dragic. Outside Crowder. Butler on the wing. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Knox. Some solid defense from Butler. The Heat leading by 16. Dragic the pass to Olynyk. Gibson with the steal. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Barrett. They get it back. He shoots again. And Portis with the layup. Portis has got 4 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now Dragic, he has 5. Butler on the wing. Pass to Crowder. 5 on the clock. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Barrett wide open. He fires. Another shot. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Butler. Here's Crowder, and Crowder slams it in.
Well, Crowder, a terrific athlete. This guy's leaping ability is sick.
Knicks trail by 16. Payton with the ball from 10 feet out, and he gets it to go.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Dragic taking his time here. Olynyk inside, defended by Portis. And the basket by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his first 2 points. Of course, you've seen a lot of these big men come and go in this league. Who would you say right now is the most complete big man in the NBA?
Well, two guys come to my mind immediately, and that's Joel Embiid, who I think probably could be more efficient with his three-point shooting, but is still enough of a threat that you have to guard him out there. They enter the ball through him in the post, and he can be a dominant scorer. He can also put it on the deck. And then Anthony Davis, who you could say all of those attributes that Joel Embiid has, the Brow has as well. Those are two of the most complete, dominant two-way big men in today's game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. They trail by 18. Olynyk with the steal. Here's Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
Well, gentlemen, you know the expression, go big or go home. Jimmy Butler attacking with ferocity.
The Knicks shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Barrett, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter. Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. New York shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Payton passes to Knox. Can they get it? And that's 2 points on the layup.
I'll tell you, be aggressive, be assertive on the interior. Nice, Kevin Knox.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
So both teams changing it up here.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Payton. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And clearly, he's having a tough stretch here. But it's all about how you respond to the adversity. That'll be key.
Right, because everyone gets out of rhythm on occasion. It feels harder than it should be, but you've just got to keep working.
Here's none. A three from Leonard. Rebounded by Knox. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Kevin Knox, yet another player out of the University of Kentucky. We've seen so many enter the NBA from that program. What they love about Kevin Knox is his ability to score at all 3 levels.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And with Knox, the Knicks kept feeding him minutes, Doris, allowing him to learn on the fly.
Yes, because of the circumstance with his team, he got a lot of the offense running through him as the season progressed. And for Kevin Knox, he had ample room to grow and make mistakes, and that's critical to his development.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Well, you knew it was going to take some time for Kevin Knox, but Greg, at the end of last season, he began to show flashes of what he could do.
You could almost see the game starting to slow down for him about halfway through the season. Consistency is something all rookies struggle with, but it hit Knox especially hard. Fortunately, that is something that passes with time.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Adebayo with the ball. Out defended by Randall. Hero, no good. Knicks trail by 18. Here's Barrett. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense from Butler. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Here's Hero. Cans the 12-footer. And the Heat lead by 20. The Knicks shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. Now here's Payton, guarded closely. Outside for Randall. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 3 assists now in this one.
just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Nunn. Here's Hero. Pass to Adebayo. Butler on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. And he knocks down the first one.
So from the 30th pick in the 2011 draft to one of the elite two-way players in the game, think about every step along the way with the work required by Jimmy Butler. Special stuff.
And the Knicks making a change here. Harkless has checked in. And he makes the first but misses the second.
And they've had their difficulties from the line here in the second. Could extend their lead if they just make some more free throws.
Payton against Butler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Jimmy Butler.
One thing we know about Elfrid Payton, this guy has got supreme confidence. He will force the issue if he's this close to the cup.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. So he comes up empty at the line.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
And now, with this break, here are the premier glass cleaners among rookies over the course of the past month. R.J. Barrett, 4th.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
And the first one at the line is good. Of course, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Now here's Randall. The shot from the low post is good. Randall's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Nunn passes to Butler. Here's Nunn, defended by Harkless. Goes back up. The Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Smith surveying the D. Inside. Randall down low. Adebayo on him. Here's Harkless. Good work there as it goes. And so here is Miami. 22 is their biggest lead. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Robinson with the block. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Miami. Here's Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Adebayo. Takes the 13-footer. Randall grabs the board. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. It's a 16-point game. Dotson kicks to Smith. The Knicks have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Now think back to the 2017 NBA draft. Dennis Smith Jr. was the 9th overall pick. There were many who believed he could have gone sooner, and some still think he should have. Let's see what plays with this young man's career.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Nunn. 1:32 left in the first half. Kicks it to Iguodala. That's tipped. Adebayo against Randall. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Again, the miss by the Heat. Here's New York. They're on a 14-5 run here. Dotson can't hit.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
Kicks it out to Iguodala. Here's Nunn, covered by Smith. Clock at 6. Here's Hero. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Dotson the pass to Smith. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Make no mistake, the determination that Dennis Smith Jr. plays with on the interior is going to make good things happen.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line. And the second free throw, good. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Nunn, covered by Smith. And the pass to Hero. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
And so it's the Miami Heat with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They lead by 14. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off. But they still settle for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you look at Adebayo, what a contribution.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Jimmy Butler is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Myers Leonard, and it's Hero in at the 2. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with.
Showing improvement in that aspect of his game. Barrett wants to get better firing off the catch.
So it's Miami now after R.J. Barrett hitting the 3. Nunn passes to Butler. And here's Adebayo, and he comes up with the deuce. Adebayo's got 14 points for the game.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Knicks trail by 13. Payton outside. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Leonard. Robinson misses. Well, Heat leading by 13. Here's Hero. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Julius Randle picks one up. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Here's Nunn. After R.J. Barrett's bucket. Down low. Here's Butler over Randle. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Julius Randle picks one up.
Well, this to me is the problem with defending Butler. He typically takes it so strong, it's hard not to bite on that pump fake.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And so Butler nails both of them. And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. Trailing by 17. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Passes it to Barrett. The tray. And it's Miami with the rebound. 22 is their biggest lead. Butler. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
It seems to me that over the course of time in this league, Jimmy Butler has learned just about every way there is to draw a whistle. So crafty.
He doesn't get the second one. And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim, Doris, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good.
So Kevin Knox, the 9th pick back in the 2018 draft. What an outstanding year he had at Kentucky before deciding to come to the NBA.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Miami leading by 17. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And it's time for a look at our rookie leaderboard to see which rookies have been the most dangerous scorers in the league over the last 10 games. Second, R.J. Barrett.
He's really showing what he can do. I mean, providing an impressive knack offensively for a first-year player.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Knicks trail by 19. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Pass to Randall. Back to Payton. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Nunn passes to Hero. Here's Nunn. Pass to Adebayo. Right side Leonard. Over Barrett. And it's Leonard missing.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Barrett, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
First one falls for him. And the Heat with some changes. Crowder, he's checked in for Leonard. Robinson is subbed in for Hero. Bobby Portis is checked in for New York. So he gets them both. And here is Payton. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And Miami making a change here. Dragic is checked in.
A moment now to see the stats for Dragic. How his last 10 games have gone. averaging 12 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
A big man who was forgotten about during free agency, Randall could be an impact player for the Knicks.
The Knicks missed out on the marquee names they were after, but Randall should give them great production for quite some time. Not a huge name, but a young talent that can help this team.
Here's Payton. The shot will not fall. Rockets with some nice D. The Heat leading by 18. Here's Crowder. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. 8 points for Jay Crowder.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Now here's Payton. The pass to Barrett. Excellent D that time from Robinson. The Heat have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Back to Butler. Out to the right wing. Here's Dragic. And too long on the shot.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Here's Randall. Butler with the steal. Here's Crowder. That one's not going to go. The Knicks go the other way with it. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And New York making a change here. Gibson's checked in. Payton outside. Looking to end his cold spell. And it's blocked. Passes it to Barrett. Lets it go with a 3. It's good from long range. Barrett's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for New York. The Heat leading by 17. Now Dragic. Great D that time from Portis. Here's Barrett. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Robinson for 3. A second chance effort. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Feeds it to Barrett. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Dragic. Robinson goes in, and Robinson throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And he has not been on his game here. He is forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Butler. And a switch here also for New York. Smith checked in for Payton. Barrett the pass to Knox. Trying to get open is Gibson. And he gets it to go. Knox has got 7 points in the game.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor. And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest. Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Floats one, and Olynyk with the lay-in. Olynyk's got his second basket of the night.
Well, that's a terrific shot selection by Kelly Olynyk, demonstrating that soft touch on the floater.
Smith with it. He has 6.
Switch.
Kicks it out to Gibson. Back to Smith.
I got him.
3-pointer. And he's good on the 3 ball. 9 points in the game so far.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Dragic the pass to Adebayo. Inside. Takes it from 10. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Smith. Gibson's got his first basket of the night.
Well, just tremendous awareness from Dennis Smith Jr. Recognizing a teammate is open. Let me make the game easy for him.
Dragic against Smith. Dragic kicks to Robinson. Over to the wing. Near the three-point line, it's Olynyk. Misses the wing J.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Dragic, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for New York. Damian Dotson comes in for Barrett. That one misses. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA, but now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Now here is Robinson. Following the missed shot by Dennis Smith. Here's Olynyk, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Olynyk's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, execute the turnaround as well as he did there, and there's not much a defense can do about it. Just have to hope the shot's not falling.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. 17-point game. So far tonight, he's gone 4 of 6 at the line. And he knocks down the first one. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Miami. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Miami leading by 16. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Knicks 4th.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the athletes to run the break all game long, so that's their edge. They're always looking to take advantage.
Pass to Gibson. Out to the right wing. Lots of room. Dotson can't hit.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason.
Barrett's checked in for Damian Dotson.
Well, I think the veteran and championship experience of Andre Iguodala is critical. This guy is a versatile forward who is well known for being a defensive stopper.
Here's Barrett. Miami grabs the miss. Crowder's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Adebayo. To the inside. Here's Olynyk. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Portis. Here's Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Smith's got 6 in the quarter.
Wow, the amazing speed and athleticism of Mr. Dennis Smith Jr. No mercy on the attack.
Here's Olynyk. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got assist number 5 here tonight.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
There's 1:38 left to play in the third. Dragic comes with the double team. Barrett the pass to Portis. Here's Barrett. 12 points for him. Portis finds Smith. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
Well, a chance to check out Andre Iguodala. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 3 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
Dragic dishes to Iguodala. Now here's Crowder, defended by Harkless. Just 5 to shoot. Now here's Iguodala. He's tightly guarded, and a missed layup.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And Portis throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Miami leading by 14. And here's Dragic. 8 points for him. 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Adebayo. Here's Olynyk. Lays it up and banks it in. Olynyk's got 10.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
Smith outside. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity. Here's Adebayo. And Harkless pulls it down. Smith outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Miami with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Back right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Heat leading by 16. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth. Randall and Portis patrol the middle. Smith is out there with Payton, and it's Barrett at the 3 spot. Now here's Leonard. Shoots over Portis. Leonard, no luck.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
On the wing, it's Iguodala. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, you love that Andre Iguodala seems to relish an opportunity to have contact and have to finish anyway.
Knicks trail by 18. Payton surveying the floor. And it's Smith, top of the key. Some nice passing by New York here. Portis can't get it to go.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. 22 is their biggest lead. Here's none, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Elfrid Payton.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. A lot of people look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
Fires from 14. Barrett, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Knicks trail by 19. Payton kicks to Smith. Back to Payton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I think if you're very aggressive with Elfrid Payton, this guy is getting good at picking up these kinds of fouls.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Heat making a change here. Butler's checked in. And a switch here also for New York. Knox is checked in. Second free throw, no good. The Heat leading by 18. To the middle, here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And so it's New York with it. There's the pass to Barrett. Over Butler. New York, no good that time either.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Hero, no good. Knicks trail by 20. Randall down low. It's hauled in by the Heat. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. You think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure, but it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
Here's Barrett. Here's Knox. Tries yet again. Robinson misses. Miami leading by 23. Nunn passes to Crowder. That one doesn't go. Randall with some nice D. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. That one falls.
Well, this is what we expect. The rise and fire from Kevin Knox in a catch-and-shoot situation. You better guard him now.
Here's Nunn, covered by Payton. Passes to Hero. Drains the three-pointer.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this, Greg. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
That's good from Randall on the assist from Payton. Payton's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. The Heat have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Pass to Hero. Now here's Leonard. Over Robinson. And it's Leonard missing.
Just strong work defensively there in the low post. You got to be tough down in the paint.
Boy, he really anchors well on the block. Very difficult to back down.
They look to Barrett in these spots because they trust the young man's ability to finish in the open court.
Here's Nunn after R.J. Barrett's bucket. Here's Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
And so Payton will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Pass to Randall. And the officials call a traveling violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
Adebayo is checked in for Crowder. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. Nunn passes to Butler. The pass to Adebayo. Over Randall. Connects on the open J.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Payton passes to Robinson. Randall right side. Payton outside. Launches it. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's right side, Butler. Adebayo against Robinson. It's stolen by Randall. And a fast break now for New York. The 3. They get it back. Robinson, that's good.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Passes it to Adebayo. It's stolen by Randall. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. Here's Payton. He can't hit that time. And it's Miami the other way. Down low. Here's Adebayo. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Doris, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail, well said. Now, here's Barrett. The shot comes out.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Nunn passes to Leonard. Robinson with the block. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
And the basket by Payton.
Well, that's really good strength on that finish by Elfrid Payton. Nice job to embrace the contact.
Here's none. Good D by Payton. New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Poke loose. Here's none. He feeds it to Leonard. Over Robinson. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
The Knicks shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Payton with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Randall no good. For Miami, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on R.J. Barrett. Doris, you and I are faced with this a lot, voting for the MVP. Great stats versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league MVP?
Well, winning could be the definitive line if I have 2 candidates who are close. For instance, for me, this last MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I took it to the last possible moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been comfortable. Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding factor came down to he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too, and what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made, and I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
And it's the Heat with the ball, following the score by New York, and the basket by Hill.
Well, terrific floor awareness from the crafty swingman. Jimmy Butler playing the role of facilitator.
New York shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Now here's Harkless. Here's Gibson. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
Bounce pass, Butler. Olynyk fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Kev, that's pretty good strength by Kelly Olynyk, not letting the contact alter his shot. Pretty good focus.
Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
Here's Knox. Rebound by Butler. Miami's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. None, that's good. Nunn's got 6 points in the quarter.
But when you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Barrett after the Heat pick up 2. That shot off.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Adebayo down low. The feed to Olynyk. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
You know, I like the fact that Olynyk didn't shy away from mixing it up. Remarkable at scoring despite getting hit.
New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. To halt the run, it's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 15 rebounds here tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Miami.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Doris, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. That'll be a 5-second call. There's 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Well, nice job crashing the glass. You love to see that kind of effort.
Pass to Jones. Pass to Okpala. Olynyk trying to break loose. Okpala. Shot will go.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Now the pass to Harkless. And here's Bullock from the arc. It's not going to go for him.
Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.